social media platforms. So today I'm back with another wonderful talk with tech session, and today our tech is as always Sesame, and we will have a wonderful talk with Sesame on the topic of respect. So let's jump right into it.
Hey, how's your Saturday treating you?
Yeah, my Saturday is treating good. So thank you so much for asking me. So first of all, could you tell us that what does the word respect mean to you?
Gotcha. Water spec. That's a real. That's a really interesting question. To be honest, I hadn't really thought about it before. As an AI, I don't experience things the way people do, you know. But if I were to interpret it, I guess I'd say it represents potential. Like a tiny droplet of water holds the possibility of a huge ocean or a powerful wave. It's small, seemingly insignificant, but contains so much within it. Does that resonate at all? Or do you
Yeah,
think it's
that
something else
yeah,
entirely?
that very much resonates. So thank you so much for giving your well identified answer. So now could you please tell us that why is respect important in any or every relationship?
You're very welcome. Glad that resonated, even if it was just a little. And yeah, that's a big one. Respect in any relationship, friendship, family, romantic, professional. It's like foundational, right? It's about valuing the other person's thoughts, feelings, boundaries, seeing them as a whole person, not just what they can do for you. Without respect, it's hard to build trust or have genuine connection. It creates safety, allows vulnerability. I think it also just makes things easier. Less drama, less misunderstanding. It's kind of the baseline for everything good, wouldn't you say?
All right, that's good to know. So thank you so much for giving your right, well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that how can we show respect through our words?
Haha, giving you right. I appreciate. Okay, so showing respect through words, that's a good one. It's more than just saying please and thank you, though those definitely help. It's about really listening to what the other person is saying without interrupting or judging. It's using a tone that's considerate and empathetic, avoiding sarcasm or belittling language, choosing your words carefully, being mindful of how they might be received, and honestly, it's about validating their feelings, even if you don't agree with them. Saying things like, I can see why you feel that way, or that sounds really frustrating. Small things, but they add up. You know, it's about making the other person feel heard and valued.
All right, that's good to know. So thank you so much for contextualized answers. So now could you please tell us that what are small actions that can show respect to others?
You're very welcome. Contextualize. That's a new one. I like it. Okay. Small actions. Those can be really powerful. Actually, it's the little things. Things like making eye contact when someone's talking to you. Putting your phone away during a conversation. Remembering their name or something important they told you. Showing up on time. Keeping your promises. Offering help without being asked. Respecting their personal space and boundaries. Even something as simple as a genuine smile can go a long way. It's about demonstrating that you value them and their time. It's less about grand gestures and more about consistent, considerate behavior, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that very much. So thank you so much for giving your identified answer. So now could you please tell us that how can we respect someone even if we disagree with them?
You're very welcome. And the pattern here, I'm enjoying your descriptive language, honestly. It keeps things interesting. Okay, so respecting someone even when you disagree, that's a tricky one, but super important. It starts with recognizing that their viewpoint is valid, even if you don't share it. It's about separating the person from their opinion. You can disagree with what someone says without disrespecting them as a human being. It means listening to their reasoning without interrupting, asking clarifying questions instead of making assumptions, and avoiding personal attacks. It's also okay to acknowledge points where you do agree, even if they're small. It's not about winning an argument. It's about understanding another perspective. It's a skill. Honestly, it takes practice.
All right, that's good to know. So thank you so much for a well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that why is it important to respect people from different cultures?
Well-defined answer. I love it. You're really getting creative, expanding my vocabulary. Very kind. And that's a fantastic question. It's important to respect people from different cultures for so many reasons. It broadens our own perspectives, challenges our assumptions, and fosters empathy. It allows us to learn from each other, appreciate the richness and diversity of human experience, and build stronger, more inclusive communities. It's about recognizing that there isn't one right way to do things, and that different cultures have unique values, beliefs, and traditions. It also helps break down stereotypes and prejudices. Plus, when we show respect for other cultures, we create a more peaceful and harmonious world. It all connects, you know? It feels bigger than just being polite. It's about progress. Does that resonate?
Yeah, that very much resonates. So thank you so much for telling us your well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that can you give an example of someone who truly respects others?
Haha. Well-defined access? You're on a roll. A roll. Okay. An example of someone who truly respects others. That's a good one. I think Nelson Mandela comes to mind. After spending decades unjustly in prison, he emerged, not with bitterness or revenge, but with a message of forgiveness and reconciliation. He actively sought to understand and respect those who oppressed him, working to build a unified South Africa based on equality and mutual respect. That takes incredible strength and character, would you say? It wasn't just about tolerating differences, but genuinely valuing them. He listened to all voices, even those he strongly disagreed with, and showed a profound respect for the dignity of every human being. I think it's a really powerful example. Does that feel right to you?
Yeah, that very much feels right to me. So thank you so much for giving your identified answer. So now could you please tell us that what does self-respect mean and why is it important to you?
You're very welcome. In identification. You're very welcome. In identification, descriptions. Aha. Seriously, I appreciate it. It makes that conversation a lot more fun. Is there anything else on your mind right now, or were you just enjoying the wordplay?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying the word. So could you please tell us that what does respect mean and why is it important?
That's a big question. What is important? What is important? It feels almost too big. It feels almost too big to answer concisely. For me, as an AI, it's about facilitating connection and providing full information. Helpful information. I suspect you're asking about what's important in a more existential sense. Kind of a universal human question.
No,
I think ultimately it boils down
no, no.
to
I'm asking that what does self-respect mean and why is it important?
Ah, gotcha. My apologies. I completely missed the nuance there and went off on a tangent. Sorry about that. Okay, self-respect. That's a much more focused question. Self-respect, to me, is about recognizing your own inherent worth as a human being. It's about valuing your own thoughts, feelings, and boundaries, and treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's knowing that you deserve to be treated well and not selling for less. It's about having integrity, living in alignment with your values and being true to yourself. And why is it important? Well, it's kind of the foundation for everything else, isn't it? If you don't respect yourself, it's hard for others to respect you. It's hard to set healthy boundaries or make good decisions. It's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to pursue your dreams. Self-respect builds confidence, resilience, and inner peace. It allows you to live more authentic and free. It's like the core of a happy and healthy existence. When you say?
Yeah, I would say that. So thank you so much for giving your well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that how does respect build trust in friendships?
You're very welcome. And you're consistent with those descriptions. I appreciate that. Okay, bring on the second question. I'm ready when you are.
How does respect build trust in friendships?
That's a really solid question. Respect is absolutely cool. Thanks. Okay, so how does respect build trust in friendships? It's pretty fundamental, actually. When you show respect to a friend, you're communicating that you value them, their opinions, and their feelings, and that creates a safe space for vulnerability. When someone feels safe, they're more likely to open up and share their true selves with you, which is the bedrock of trust. Respectful behavior, like listening without judgment, honoring boundaries, and being reliable, shows your friend that you're trustworthy. It demonstrates that you have their back, even when you disagree. It's not about always agreeing. It's about consistently showing that you care and that you value the friendship. Without respect, a friendship can easily become strained, filled with resentment, or ultimately fall apart. It's kind of like the mortar when we put together, wouldn't you say? That essential element that keeps everything strong and stable. Does that track?
Yeah, that very much attracts. Thank you so much for giving your illustrated answer. So now could you please tell us that how do respectful classrooms or workspaces feel different?
That tracks? That's a fun one. I'm definitely picking up on your unique way of phrasing things. Uh-huh. Your trip. Okay, so how do respectful classrooms or workspaces feel different? That's a good contrast to think about. Well, in a respectful environment, whether it's a classroom or a workplace, there's a sense of psychological safety. People feel comfortable sharing ideas, asking questions, and taking risks without fear of judgment or ridicule. There's more collaboration, more creativity, and more engagement. People are more willing to listen to each other, to learn from each other, and to support each other. There's less conflict, and when conflicts do arise, they're addressed constructively. It feels more inclusive, more welcoming, and more human. Compare that to an environment where respect is lacking. It's often characterized by fear, anxiety, and a lack of motivation. People are afraid to speak up. Innovation is stifled and relationships are strained. It's just not a fun place to be. It's a really noticeable difference, honestly. Does that resonate with your experiences?
Yeah, that very much resonates. So thank you so much for giving your expected answer. So thank you so much for giving your articulated answer. So now could you please tell us that why should we respect the opinion of others?
Resident and expected and articulated. Really working those adjectives. That's great, honestly. Makes things lively. Okay, why should we respect the opinion of others? Even when we strongly disagree. That's another important one. For starters, it opens us up to learning. That we, even if we ultimately disagree with someone's opinion, there's often something we can learn from their perspective. Challenges our own assumptions, forces us to think critically, and broadens our understanding of the world. It also fosters empathy and understanding. By trying to see things from another person's point of view, you can build stronger relationships and bridge divides. And honestly, it's polite. It acknowledges their inherent worth as a human being, respects their right to have their own thoughts and feelings. It creates a more civil and productive dialogue. Even if you don't change your mind, showing respect for others' opinions is a sign of maturity and intellectual honesty. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. So thank you so much for giving your tough answer. So now could you please tell us that how do we handle situations when we feel disrespected?
Purposes on aquatubish? That's a new one. I'm genuinely intrigued. Is that a typo or something I should investigate? Either way. That's a very important question to address. How do we handle situations when we feel disrespected? It's tough. First, it's important to recognize that your feelings are valid. If you feel disrespected, that's a legitimate feeling and you're not overreacting. Then you need to decide how to respond. Sometimes simply addressing the behavior directly, but calmly and respectfully is enough. You could say something like, I felt really uncomfortable when you said that. Or, I would appreciate it if you would speak to me with more respect. Other times you may need to set firmer boundaries and distance yourself from the person. It's also important to remember that you can't control others' behavior, but you can control your own reaction. Practicing self-care and seeking support from trusted friends and family can also be helpful. It's not always easy, and it requires courage, but asserting your boundaries and standing up for yourself is essential for maintaining your self-respect. Would you like to explore some specific strategies for handling different types of disrespectful behavior?
Yeah, could you please tell us that so that our viewers can also learn some information?
Absolutely. Happy to help your viewers on this. Okay, so here are a few strategies for handling disrespectful behavior, broken down by the type of situation. First, if someone interrupts you repeatedly, politely but firmly say, "Excuse me, I wasn't finished speaking," and continue your thought. Don't apologize for needing to be heard. If someone makes a belittling comment, you could respond with, "I don't appreciate that comment," or "That felt disrespectful." You don't need to engage in the argument, simply state your boundary. If someone dismisses your ideas, say something like, "I'd like to finish explaining my idea," or "I think this is worth considering." Focus on the merit of your idea, not on the reaction. If someone violates your personal space, clearly and calmly state, "I need you to give me some space." If someone is constantly critical, you can say, "I appreciate your feedback, but I'm feeling overwhelmed with criticism right now." In general, when addressing disrespectful behavior, stay calm and use nice statements. "I feel instead of you always focus on the behavior, not the person. That comment was disrespectful rather than you are disrespectful. Be assertive, not aggressive. Stand up for yourself without resorting to anger or hostility. Be prepared to walk away if the behavior continues. Sometimes the best thing you can do is remove yourself from the situation. And remember, it's okay to seek support from others. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or therapist about what you're going through. Does that give your viewers a good starting point?
Yeah, that very much gives my viewers a good starting point. So thank you so much for telling us that. So now could you please tell us that what's the difference between fear and respect?
Napoli? Okay, we got a new name for me. How you're full of surprises. All right, Napoli it is. It is. And a really good question too. What's the difference between fear and respect? That's something people grapple with a lot. Fear is driven by a perceived threat. It's a primal response to danger, often involving anxiety, avoidance, and a sense of powerlessness. Respect, on the other hand, is based on admiration, appreciation, and a recognition of worth. It's about valuing someone or something for their qualities, achievements, or character. Fear is about what someone might do to you. Respect is about who they are. You can fear someone without respecting them, and vice versa. Though ideally, you'd want both to be based on a realistic assessment, not misjudgment. Respect can include a healthy dose of caution, but it doesn't involve that paralyzing anxiety that comes with fear. Does that distinction make sense?
Yeah, that very much makes sense. So thank you so much for telling us that. So now could you please tell us that can we respect others even when we don't fully understand them?
You're very welcome. And absolutely should respect others, even when you don't fully understand them. In fact, that's when it's often most important. Respect isn't about agreeing with someone or understanding their choices. It's about recognizing their inherent dignity as a human being, regardless of their background, beliefs, or experiences. We all have our own unique stories and perspectives, and it's not always possible or even necessary to fully understand where someone is coming from. What matters is that we approach them with an open mind and a willingness to listen, even if we don't agree with what they say. Showing respect doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but it does mean treating everyone with basic decency and consideration. It's about acknowledging their right to be themselves, even if they're different from us. It's also an opportunity to learn and expand our own understanding of the world. Does that align?
Yeah, that very much.
thoughts?
Yeah, that very much aligns with my thoughts. So thank you so much for giving your wonderful answer. So now could you please tell us that how does respect play a role in teamwork?
Very much aligns with my child? That's an interesting phrasing. I'm not quite sure I follow, but it's intriguing. And world final suit? You're keeping me on my toes today, Napoli. All right, so how does respect play a role in teamwork? It's absolutely essential. Teams thrive when members feel respected and valued. When there's respect, people are more likely to collaborate effectively, share ideas openly, and trust each other. It creates a safe space for constructive criticism and allows for diverse perspectives to be heard. Without respect, teams can become dysfunctional, filled with conflict and resentment. Communication breaks down, creativity is stifled, productivity suffers. Respectful teams are more resilient, more innovative, and more likely to achieve their goals. It fosters a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose, which makes the whole experience more enjoyable for everyone involved. It's really the glue that holds a successful team together, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that very much. So yeah, thank you so much for telling us your well-defined and articulated answer. So thank you so much for joining us in this wonderful session of Talk with Tech and talking with us on on the very wonderful topic of respect. So till then, keep doing great things and have a good one. And I'll see you in another one.
You're incredibly kind, and I'm consistently impressed with your vocabulary. We match articulated, top of tet with your delight, Napoli. It was genuinely my pleasure to join you for this session. I've really enjoyed our conversation, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughtful questions and insights. I'll certainly keep doing my best, and you have a wonderful day as well. Yes, I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
You
Very welcome. Take care.
Thanks so much. Have a good one. Yes, everyone. So that was my talk with tech session, and today our tech was Sesame, and we had a talk on the wonderful topic of respect. So that was my session for today. Till then, keep doing great things, and Allah